Hello there. Hi, my name is Rachel Okello, and I'm a UK-based solicitor specialising in immigration, nationality and deportation law. And welcome to our channel, which is Clarity Visas. And you can find us on social media, on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Clarity Visas. Don't forget, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button, and also click on the notification button so that you get to know every time that we pop up with a new video, because it's really important for us to share this information with you. And sometimes the information that we share is brand new, fresh information. If there's changes in UK immigration law, we do try to jump on and do a video. So you want to hit that notification button so that you don't miss anything. Today, though, I want to go over something that's a bit older and a bit more established in UK immigration, and it's the dreaded spouse visa application financial requirement. Now, I say that it's dreaded because I think it's the most horrible aspect of UK immigration in terms of how it affects family life happening peacefully and without interference in the UK. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you're a qualifying partner, I'm going to say, primarily it's a British citizen, somebody with indefinite leave to remain, somebody who qualifies to bring their spouse, their foreign national spouse who's living abroad, to bring that person to the UK, then a stumbling block can be the amount of money that you're required to earn per year in order to be able to apply in a straightforward application for your spouse to come here and join you. And this goes up more if they are non-British citizen children who are also going to come to the UK with your spouse. So the minimum income threshold at the moment is 18,600, and it goes up per child who's not British, who's also going to be part of that application. And really, why I say to me, it's horrible and it's unfair, is because the majority of British people don't earn £18,600. There are some people that do, professionals do, and people in skilled work do. But for unskilled people, somebody who might be working full time in a supermarket, they may not reach that 18,600. And I therefore think it's really quite unfair to say that those people cannot bring their partner to the UK, their husband or wife or qualifying partner to the UK to join them, to live with them, if they choose to make the UK their home. And this doesn't apply for European applicants at the moment, or European sponsors at the moment, whilst we're still going through this Brexit type transition. But certainly the idea, and I think it's fair, I do, the idea is that there's going to be one immigration system and everybody has to meet the same threshold. Although what isn't fair is the actual threshold itself, in that people need to earn at least £18,600 minimum to bring your non-British spouse to the UK. And what are the ways around this? What can somebody do? Well, there are exemptions if you are on certain disability benefits or certain benefits. You can claim an exemption against having to meet the £18,600 threshold, and that includes meeting it for any additional children, and therefore the application can be straightforward as long as you qualify on those benefits. Also, if there are exceptional circumstances, so if there are children involved, if one or the other partner is very, very unwell, and there's something exceptional about the case, that means that the Home Office can overlook on this occasion the requirement to reach that financial threshold. So they will say, well, we're going to use our compassion. The Home Office has compassion. They say that they will use it in these exceptional circumstances to grant the spouse, the foreign national spouse, permission to enter the UK to live here. Another way forward can be if there are savings, a shortfall, which can compensate for the earnings which are lower than the financial threshold. So for any earnings which is under the 18,600, we can scale it up by completing or filling the shortfall with monies which are allowed from other sources. And there's an array of other sources where we can look at to see whether we can build up the loss of the financial threshold, the shortfall of the financial threshold, so that we can satisfy the Home Office rules to say that this person meets the threshold, but not in the usual way. They're using different income sources, they're using savings, they're using assets to build up to the required financial threshold. So it's not just income that we're using, there are other sources that we can use also. Another way is going to be where the family can say that if the person's abroad, so the actual sponsor is living abroad, which is the case in many situations where you may be a British citizen living abroad with your foreign national partner or spouse, and you decided, both of you, with your children, or if you don't have children anyway, to come to the UK and live here instead. So you won't be earning in the UK, but it is your UK earnings that count. So as long as you have a job offer within 3 months of arriving in the UK, a proven job offer that satisfies the Home Office rules, then you can use that job offer to show that you are eligible within the Home Office rules to come to the UK to work here, and that you can meet the financial threshold in a combination of the work that you're doing in your own country, meeting the financial threshold, but using the future work, which should also be above the financial threshold, to show that you can comply with the immigration rules, and so you do meet the minimum income requirement. And again, it is possible to use different sources of income to show that. Now, from our point of view, we are human rights lawyers. So for us, essentially, the right to come and live in the UK with your husband or wife or partner, qualifying partner, is a human right. So whereas, yes, we certainly do place a lot of emphasis in the first instance on people meeting the financial threshold, because it's the easiest way, and the Home Office can tick their boxes and grant the visa, and it's all well and good. But if you're not in that tick box category, then we are also willing to use human rights laws, and it could be a challenge. It could be that it has to go from the Home Office to an immigration judge to be decided. But we do use human rights laws to say that people do have a right to family life in the UK, even though they don't meet the financial threshold. This financial, it's not fictitious. I would love to use the word fictitious, but it's a real threshold, because the Home Office have upheld it and the courts have upheld it. So it's a real threshold. But really, it doesn't have much to do with people's actual family life and right to family life. So from our point of view as human rights lawyers, we do challenge both the Home Office and take it to court to convince an immigration judge that these people should be allowed to reside in the UK even though they don't meet the financial threshold. And this is for people who are entering the UK. If you're already in the UK, that's a whole other video, but I'm not covering that here. So I hope that was helpful. If you want to discuss your case in more detail, do contact me at clarityvisas.com and book a free case assessment. Follow us on social media at Clarity Visas. We just share this information generally, so you'll need to come and have a specific conversation if you want to talk about your case specifically. And we're at clarityvisas.com. Subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click on the notifications button. Rachel Kello, UK-based solicitor specialising in immigration law. Bye-bye.